For me, I like withdrawing.
But you people, if you're depressed, you will just, you will not talk. You hide a lot, you drink this, what do you call it, county.
Unapata mtu amesoma primary, secondary, ameenda university, amesoma masters, lakini hata hawezi nunua vitu.
There is a way we were brought up knowing love affair.
Yes.
And there's a way we are conducting love affair today.
But currently, what is educating most of the young people, even those who are even very young, like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, it's the social media.
Generally about the current economic times, not happy, but outside here, I have to appear like I'm...
Beautiful people, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Love is a Beautiful Thing with Millicent Alivita, where we talk about everything matters love. Kuanzia kwa kukatiana, dating, courtship, all the way mpaka kwa marriage. We talk about self-love, we talk about mental health, and talking about mental health, well, are we a sad generation with beautiful pictures? You see, in a world where social media is filled with beautiful pictures, there's also sadness. I want to go down into the streets and ask some deep questions. One of them being, are we hiding behind beautiful posts? I want to talk to real people who are going to tell me about their vulnerable moments. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share as we dive into this self and most captivating conversation. And if you're a returning subscriber, asante sana. If you are new here, this is the one-stop show. We talk about everything matters love. And today, we talk about mental health. Karibuni sana. And guys, I've met with a very lovely lady looking all lovely, all glammed up. You remind me of my mom. Yes, my name is Millicent, and you are?
My name is Betty Olo.
Okay, Miss Betty. Okay, so I want to talk about the young people. Do you think that we are hiding under beautiful pictures on social media?
Yes, you are, a lot. Because as we were brought up without this thing, this thing, sometimes we used to shy away from people. Like, I will not go talk to somebody, oh, me, I'm going through this, my mom is doing this. But you people, you learn a lot from there. And you want to believe in somebody else, whatever they are doing. You don't want to come out, and sometimes you go and hide behind the scenes and cry there. You don't want to come and face your mom and you talk about this thing. Yeah, it's really killing you people. Yeah, you could not run to anybody. Your mom will just see you are down, and then you'll have to spill whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, you people, you have options like if you want to, you are pregnant, for example.
Yes.
Somebody's telling you, let's do away with this thing. Yeah, and then you just go and do it, and your friends will kill you. They'll come and talk to us about, oh, you know, this one is now down, depressed because she did this, and already too late. Yeah.
Do you think that there's too much information on social media that is misleading us?
Yeah, there is. You can Google something and talk about, this is possible, we can do this. Our time, there was nothing like Google. You don't have any options. Yeah.
And do you think during your time, it really shaped up to be really tough? That means that we are weak?
I can tell you that myself, I am tough. And even my daughter, okay, herself, she can learn me by not just coming to me, oh, mom, you know. Mimi, somebody will just come and see like this one is going, you shout a lot. Yes. You shout a lot to your babies.
Yes.
That is depression. But you people, if you're depressed, you will just, you will not talk. You hide a lot, you drink this, what do you call it, county.
Yes, county. Yeah, so you know, county.
Yeah, then the next day you come back to the same thing. Are you solving anything?
No, not at all. So I think what I'm getting from you is we are really hiding in social media, and then we have a lot of cases of suicide. Yes.
In fact, that is the end of it all. I know many of the, if we don't talk to them, that is the only thing you do. They drop down or just they consume those things and they know what to do. Yeah.
And as a mom, what do you do different? Because I believe in your times you were raised different, and right now you are raising children.
We used to be chapward. Like now I talk to my mom and ask her, you are kidding me, like I'm not, you did never give birth to me, but she was making me up. You guys are wild. People are wild.
Yes.
So what I do to my daughter, by the way, I only have one child.
Yes.
At 25 now, I make her my friend.
Okay.
Then we talk about everything. I tell her about my boyfriend. She opens up. I get her kunjad on the seat and then, what is it today? You are left? No, we are just having issues. So how are you going to solve it? We talk about it and sometimes it's solved. Yeah.
But you always know how to navigate.
I know.
Anyway, I want you to look at that camera. Give a word or a piece of advice to a young person, your younger self. What advice would you give to a person who doesn't love themselves, somebody who doesn't appreciate themselves, and somebody who's right now mentally depressed?
I think you should go back to the elder people and talk to them, because if you don't talk to them, you're just going to do the end as in committing suicide. That is the end. Yes. Yeah.
That is a very good insight from Miss Betty. Asante sana. You are?
My name is Dan.
Okay, Dan from the Den of Lions. Anyway, today I want us to cover a very, what do I say? A very thought-provoking conversation. I want to talk about how young people are losing their lives, their mental health, and we are being deemed as sisi ni watu so weak. Yeah? Like this young generation is so weak. Yeah. Tell me, do you think social media is a stereotype, ama it is something, ama people hiding in pictures is something, is a call?
Yeah, definitely, because social media is actually trying to portray a life that is totally different from what is in the ground. And then secondly, maybe, you know, when you see your folks, maybe your friends who are actually doing much better than you probably want to have the same equal level with them. So I believe that kind of pressure is coming, and it's really bringing a lot of effect. Yes.
And do you feel that mostly it is the, well, let's say the female gender, because I don't see it affecting mostly the men. It is always the female gender who want to live a certain way, to look a certain way in kwa what do I call it, kwa internet, but kwa ground vitu ni different. Do you feel it affects the men ama the ladies sana?
Well, I tend to think that maybe it affects both, and that depends on maybe even the upbringing as well. Because you see now, if, as I've said earlier, if your friends are really doing well in life, maybe you're not working, you're not employed. Yes. Again, maybe your life has not been as so good as that, but your folks, at once you see them portraying something different on internet, you really want to flow in the same conversation. So I want to believe that it cut across both the gender, but maybe to mention, because you really posted for ladies, maybe because ladies are a little bit like flashy, you know, but a little bit hyper. They love beauty, of course. They love compliment. Yeah. And so maybe because they're not getting this compliment from the ground, if I'm going to post a good photo on Facebook, you get a lot of likes. So you'll feel validated when you post yourself on social media. Yeah. And actually that kind of life now dictates your own personal life. So I believe, yeah, maybe it affects more ladies. Yeah.
Okay. And now you being a young person, have you ever felt the pressure to post a picture while you are feeling sad?
Well, I wouldn't literally say no. But at some point, you know, when you just joined the internet or social media for the very first time, you really are getting a lot of quote-unquote pseudo-friends who you've not met. Yes. And so out of that, you're just liking your photos, you're commenting, and so you're like, wow, this is such a nice validation. Yes. And so for me, yeah, it really brought some good feeling at some point, and yeah.
And have you ever, not only a picture, have you ever been in this situation where you are sad, yes? You have pain, but you had to like write a post, not literally post a picture, but write a good thing on social media, yet you yourself were hurting?
Oh yeah, true. Definitely, I believe that's so real in the current society. But I believe most people really want to express their feeling on social media, because you really get someone just posting something to do with relationship, and it does not affect me, but they're actually really trying to portray their real feeling on the ground. Yeah, sure.
And what do you think, what would you advise anyone who's using social media right now, especially a young person? What would you advise them? Do they use the social media in a right way or the correct way?
Yeah, I think what I'm going to advise today is that let's be real to ourselves, and let's know how to balance, and let's not try to be influenced by what we see on social media, because totally that's not true. And even if it's true, you can imagine you trying to portray your whole of your life on social media, and everybody is just having this expectation from you. So I would believe that let's take it with a lot of wisdom, and let's balance life as well, and let's be real as well. So that's what I'm going to encourage someone today, so that we're not going to find ourselves in crisis, even mentally.
Okay, you know, I like the part where you're saying, let us be real. Okay, are you a happy person or unhappy person?
Well, I'm happy. And of course, I'm a human. I can also get sad. Yep.
And in these times where you're sad, do you feel the need to post it out?
Well, I think I'm gonna say it for myself, because people express their own feelings differently. For me, I like withdrawing, because I really don't want people to read the whole of me. So I totally believe that the closet, the alone moments, really bring a lot of comfort to me. Yeah. So maybe the rest, they feel comfortable with that.
Okay, so you're not an open book. So I go to your social media and I won't see the real you.
Well, maybe it depends, because most of the time maybe you're gonna see myself posting on godly stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, so most of the time I'm gonna engage myself fully 100%, and that doesn't mean that is what I'm really currently facing. Yeah, so I'm trying to make sure that's not really what is in the ground, but anything to do with godly things, yeah, 100%.
So I want a take home.
Yep.
Tell one young man hapo nyumbani mwenye ame give up na life, somebody who doesn't love themselves, just give them a word of hope and something about self-love.
Wow, interesting. Thank you so much. Now, wow, because I know many people have different ways. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, during the time of trouble, everyone runs to their God.
Yes.
Now, I got a very favorite scripture for someone who have given up there, and I'm going to quote the book of Romans chapter 8 from verse 37 to 40. The Bible says nothing can be able to separate us from the love of God which is in Christ Jesus. So if you've given up there, if you feel that your life is so much tattered, I'm going to tell you something, that God will never leave you, all right? Drugs will not solve your equation. Even your friends may leave you, but there's one friend I'm going to tell you will never leave you, God and Christ himself. So cheer up. You can do it.
As he has said, Dan from the Den of Lions has told it all.
Gabriel Ngobu.
Okay, Gabriel, I have some few questions and I want to talk about suicide and mental health. One question I would like to ask you is, do you think we are a sad generation with beautiful pictures?
Correct, that's correct. Yes, because if you look into the whole picture and scenario, people are not living as per the systems.
Yes.
The system commands that you have convey a way of living life.
Yes.
This, I mean, a child is supposed to grow in a given systematic, I say, environment that gives him or her a potential to grow by him or herself.
Yes.
If you look into this generation, the current alphas and Gen Zs,
Yes.
they're being taken care of millennials, either as parents or as caregivers. So these people are imposing to this generation the techniques of their fathers and their grandfathers, be it in culture,
Yes.
be it in technology, be it in fashion and design.
Yes.
You know, so you find the current generation of Gen Z are finding it very difficult to cope up with the generation of 50s and 60s, which is being transferred to them by the millennials.
Yes.
Because millennials think the way they used to live
Yes.
was the better way
Yeah.
to be raised as a child.
Yeah.
And Gen Zs know with the current life, it's different from the 1960s type of life. For example, we had the other day, the president say, let us teach our children manners.
Yes.
And the children come on such TV
Yes.
and saying then, show me your respect as an elder,
Then
and
I'll
I'll give you respect back.
Yeah.
You see, this is a generation that is not silent to anything that is oppressing it.
Very true.
So for those who are punished or who are forced to be silent, they are the ones who are living in this what you call depression.
Okay.
Let's go to this scenario that I've had for the last 1 month. We have had around 4 students killing themselves. One threw from the balcony, the other one was stabbed, and some two, it was also in this love triangle thing.
Yes, yes, yes.
So this is the issue. There is a way we were brought up knowing love affair.
Yes.
And there's a way we are conducting love affair today. I don't need to send a friend to a home of a girlfriend
With a letter.
with a letter.
Yeah.
I only need to log into Facebook.
Yes.
I only need to go to an app and get one. So, but if I get to this Facebook, I think even you can go to Facebook and you'll find some question like, mapenzi ya Facebook yanadumu. I think you have heard such kind of comments. Yes. It's because we have been brought up knowing that there's a systematic way of getting into love affair,
Yes.
which is different from today. We are not giving room for the current generation to explore what they have.
Yes, we want to force it on them to,
Yes.
to explore love kama wale millennials. Okay, another question, I really love your insights. Another question is, what can we do different as millennials na Gen Zs? What can we do different so as to curb this gap ya suicide, mental health na nini?
Okay, there are around 3 aspects of mental health. Aspect number 1 is nutrition.
Yes.
A lot of study has been done to show that we have a lot of hybrid food that we are eating today. Too much sugar consumption at the current is so much in the current generation. Sugar is one of the contributors of mental health.
Okay.
Yes, and everybody takes lots of sugar today, starting from morning, lunchtime, evening. Sugar doesn't mean the one that we use for packets.
Yes, exactly.
The ones that we get in foods like chapati, mandazi, ugali, all these carbohydrates,
Yeah.
they are all sugars. So when they enter into your body, they have a way of interfering with your hormones. And then the happy hormone, when it's suppressed, stress comes.
Yes, exactly.
Okay? So that's one. Then also, if you look into this other part of how can I put it in a simple way? You get a young man is having let me take your example.
Yes, yes.
You have grown up knowing what you want to do in life. You reach somewhere, you discover something else.
Yes. Yeah.
You see somebody is doing something, you feel you can do it.
Yeah.
Then you grow up in what you call trial and error method.
Okay, yeah.
And you're not being given room and finances to keep on trying and erroring.
Exactly.
Okay? That's why you find this young generation, somebody comes with mutumba, want to sell. He doesn't pick up.
Try another
He goes to farming, he plants tomatoes, floods come, wipes everything. Nothing comes up. He tries another venture, he gets another, then he starts rolling out wholesomely that when he ventures into agriculture is not giving. He says agriculture is not good. He goes into IT, affiliate marketing. What about digital marketing things? He gets scammers. He says those things, they are not good. And you see, this time is being spent.
Yes.
You do something for 2 years, he's not giving in, and you are growing into a person.
Yes.
Growing into a person, I mean, you want to go to do your rent, you want to start a family, you are showing the community that you are expanding.
Yes.
Okay? Then the last thing that I can talk about with this thing to do with the suicide and depression.
Yes.
We have what we call culture, we call it them cultural, the name is disappearing, but there's a way culture sets out. Go to school, go to college,
Yes.
go to work.
Get married.
Get married.
Yes.
You know, that's a way the culture is called we have 4. We have conformists, we have retrievists, we have rebels, and the other one has disappeared. So the current generation we are in, the parents are bringing us up to be conformists.
Okay.
We conform. If your mother goes to a Christian church, you go to church.
Yes.
If you go to another church, you are not a good person to the family. You will be treated differently, unlike your sisters who go with your mother to the same church. So such kind of aspects are the ones that are now increasing these elements we are seeing around here, because we are not being given the freedom to go and explore ourselves. We are not financed, not us, I mean the generation that we are having is not financed and is not empowered to go and explore their potential fully.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a very good insight. I really love that. Maybe I should just call you on one episode and then you give us the nutrition part, the mental health part. Anyway, what is your take home? Are you happy or are you unhappy?
I'm unhappy.
What?
Why should we lose a generation?
Yes.
Yeah? You know, when you lose one person, when you, for example, you disappear.
Yeah, we are wiped out.
Let me give you an example of you getting onto a rocket to Mars.
Yes.
So you are not on this earth. How many people will suffer from that abrupt disappearance?
Okay, a lot of people.
You see? So that's what you're talking about. So if you're losing a generation on something we can control, that's a wrong thing.
Yeah.
Let people live to their potential, let people live to their maximum life expectation, and let them die expectingly.
Yes.
For example, you have a grandpa dying, asking you to come around the bed, wishes you well, then he goes well, then you celebrate.
Yes.
And like a young person who is just at the university, we have been trained this person, he's a police officer, we have trained this teacher, we have trained this doctor, and then he dies from a simple thing of stress. Yeah. So me, I'm not happy.
That makes me so unhappy too. And I have another good-looking man over here. My name is Millicent. Na unaitwa nani?
Simiyu.
Oh, Simiyu mwana wewe. Mwana wa?
Pungoma.
That's so nice. Mwana Bungoma, I have a very, very intriguing question. So a question that I've asked everybody. Do you think we are a sad generation with beautiful pictures?
Yeah, we are. Obviously, we are. As per right now, we are a sad generation with beautiful pictures.
Una feel kuna pressure hapa nje kwa social media, watu wana try kujiprove, pressure iko, yani unangangana ufanane na wale wengine? Nikuulize swali, umeingia TikTok majioni ama Instagram majioni? Ebu jaribu kuingia leo. Like siku hizi mambo yamebadilika. Like that's why tunaona celebrities na most of the time hii pressure na kuja na celebrities na au watu wamekuja wanasema hao ni online traders. Like mtu anakuja anasema ametrade for 2 months unashanunua Mercedes GLE. Unajua bei ya Mercedes GLE ni kitu ka 12 million. Unapata mtu amesoma primary, secondary, ameenda university, amesoma masters, lakini hata hizi nunua vits. Lakini unaona kijana ni high school dropout, amenunua GLE ansemeni yeye ni trader. Unapata mtu sijui anafanya online sijui ni vitu za online most of the time. Watu wanapea watu pressure sana. So unapata youth anashanga kwani education will lose meaning. Yani kidogo tu mtu amemake it. Na mimi mwenye nime struggle unajua siku hizo watu wanasema hakuna ku trust the process. Siku hizi process wewe mwenyewe unaimake. Ukisema not trust process, utaweza. Na Simiyu, hebu nikuulize, ushaijipata kwa ile situation yenyewe uko sad, uko na a very hurting thing inside you, but since umezoea kupost kitu fulani kwa social media, ilibidi tu uipost, ukasahau shida zako but ikabidi uipost? Most of the time msee anapostingi kuprove ama kujiprove ati yako sawa. Ati watu kunje wanaona niko sawa. Acha ni post tu waone niko sawa. But deep inside anaumia. Ni rare sana mtu anaweza jitokeza sahi kwanza sisi wanaume. Ni ngumu sana a man kujitokeza aonyeshe yako sad na in real sense anaumia. Most of us tunapenda kujiprove mimi ni mwanaume. So unapata sometimes naweza kuwa naumia ndani but
kupiga picha fiti ndo watu kinja waone niko fiti.
And do you think those people that post the most are the most hurt?
I don't think. Mse sometimes mtu anaweza post vitu mingi kujifurahisha ama amepost tu. Kuna mtu mazoea yake kupost, si ndio? But sidhani kama mtu anaweza kuwa ati amepost sana juu unless anataka kuprove a point. Yeah, unless anapost vitu mingi. Unajua mostly umaikuwa heartbroken.
Yes.
Ukikuwa heartbroken wakati unaenda kwa status, most of the time umekuwa hizo vitu unaona kwa status ni wewe tu zinakugonga. So utapata una screenshot ukipost maybe tukiangalia kwa that portion iko sawa, lakini kwingine no.
Wacha nikuulize swali ya mwisho. Simi, are you happy right now?
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm very happy.
Deep down, if I asked you twice, uko happy?
Niko happy lakini mfuko wangu ndio iko dry.
Exactly.
Lakini sasa mfuko wangu ikikuwa sawa ndakuwa happy. Sasa hapa hivi tuko hapa niko happy, lakini wakati nimeenda nimetulia kejani nikiangalia age yangu na vile siku hizi miaka zinakimbia. Inafaa nioe nini? Sasa unaangalia yenyewe age yako, mfuko vile iko unashangaa maisha yako narudi nyuma ama unaenda mbele. So that's the only problem.
Okay. Yeah. Advice moja unaweza patia that young man mwenye pia ana feel kama wewe, unaweza mshoaje?
Mimi naweza mwambia live life vile inakuja. Live today, don't live tomorrow. Juu live tomorrow unaweza taka kukua ama pia usikompare na watu wengine. Yeah. Unaona? Ishi tu maisha yako. Comparison ikuwe na pesa yako. Ukikompare life yako na life ya best yako, hujui best yako maybe aliachiwa kanyungu na shosho. Unasikia na wewe unafuata nguvu yako na akili yako, unaona? So ukianza kufuata ati unakompare na best yako, inaweza kuwa noma. Yeah. Lakini ukienda na pesa yako, as long as unakula, uko na place ya kulala, at least unaweza ongea na 1, 2, 3 people, itakuwa better. Na pia unaweza advice wase hapo, kama uko na stress, pigia hata best yako ama pigia mzazi wako, pigia mse mwenye unaweza ongea naye, make jokes at least, moral. Na usiogope kushare your story. Just share out your story na itakurelieve na ukuwe fiti.
Mmesikia hapo, Simi himself amesema tusijipatie pressure. That is all I can say. Asante sana Simi.
My name is Reverend Patience.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank God I've located you. Do you think we are a beautiful generation, a lovely generation, and a sad generation too, and we are hiding under beautiful pictures in social media?
Yes, I believe the current generation that it's a generation that is good, well-learned, and a generation that needs to be nurtured. Because if you nurture the generation that is there, we have a generation of tomorrow. But if you don't nurture this generation which is young, then we do not have a generation tomorrow.
Okay. And coming from a religious point of view, do you think that social media has really influenced what the young people are doing right now? Because you might find, I come to you, I lie to the people that I come to church, okay? Mimi ni Gen Z. Nadanganya watu nakuja church, napiga picha hapo. Then on Saturdays, I am out there doing my own thing. Do you think we are really hiding through social media?
I think social media has influenced a lot when it comes to the young generation. One of the things that is making the young generation to be influenced by social media is the idea of desire to be in a certain level that they are not in. Two, it's because they are in crossroad. One, they are lacking what we call guidance, because when you look at the older generation, you find there was guidance from either the church or older parents. But currently, what is educating most of the young people, even those who are even very young, like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, it's the social media. What is the social media talking to them is what they are taking with a lot of power, simply because they believe in their peers. And when they believe in their peers, they believe the peers who are talking in the social media. And many times you find this social media, it's giving the wrong perspective. There is what we call worldview. And now this worldview that is there, it's not the reality of what is happening in the current world. And that's where men are coming to an area of lacking the point of their lives, and they feel, why should I even live? And also there is the perspective of interpretation of what is happening in the current world. Like for example, somebody is interpreting success in terms of having vehicles, success in terms of coming from a very rich family, success in terms of wearing what is in the current field, trade. But success is beyond that. There's somebody who doesn't have that much, because success is not about having a car, but success is about how do I see the future and how do I influence the future in the right perspective, in the right direction. That is what success is all about. So social media basically is not bad, but it has influenced people negatively because of what they see, what is behind the curtains. Because most of the things that are happening is not what is real. Like for example, I'll give you an example of a certain person who could change his fashion, and he could date somebody within Kenya, but he's telling, I am in UK, but the same person is still in Kenya. So in that capacity, I as a young person, I want to date somebody who is also in UK like my friend. You get me? Yet it's only the facial impression. I change my face, I wear differently, I even go to AI and I change my facial. You see, and from there, you find that everybody wants to look like me. While in the real sense, that is not real me. And I think for us to grow and get off the problem of mental health, we must accept who we are. I am fearfully and wonderfully created, full stop. How I look like how God created me. I have the image of God. So I should not be influenced by what is happening. Two, there is a gap between influence, social media, and also the interpretation between culture, religion. That is coming in. So you find the culture says this. You see, like when I grew up, the culture says when I see somebody who is older than me standing and I'm in a vehicle, I start. The current trend is my day, my choice. My decision, my choice. Now that has also changed a lot. And then the idea of bringing culture, religion, and the social world is not there again. So we need to come back again and see that we have this trend that is coming. We see a generation that is coming. There's a generation gap. How do I reach this generation which is younger than me, and how do I reach the generation that's older than me? Because I don't see any problem with Jay-Z other than influence. But who is influencing? Two, when it comes to this influence, we look at who are mentors. Because we are also looking at the influence with the mentorship. Who am I looking as my mentor? And what am I seeing from this mentor? So that I say I am the way I am because I'm looking and so and so. So if we look again at the mentorship, there is a gap, which is coming in the sense that I tell you, do not drink wine, drink water, and I drink wine and I had more wine when you cannot add more water.
I know.
You're getting me? So we need to come again and see what is it that we can build, what is it that we can bring in terms of influencing the young generation to be who they are and to be the right people that we want them to be. Without condemning them, because the problem is condemning.
I really love whatever you're saying, and as always I say I will look for a segment that I need to call you and you alone so that you educate us. Now looking at that camera, I want you to tell a young person who doesn't love themselves, who feels the pressure of internet to post so that other people see, that young lady, what would you tell them?
Thank you so much. I would like to tell any young person who feels that they don't like themselves because either by the way they look like, or where they come from, all whom they interact with, that there's a super God, supreme being who loves them more than they love themselves. And I want to tell them that they should take care of themselves as they are, because today does not determine the future. Today does not determine you are going to be tomorrow. But who are you going to be tomorrow is determined by how you look at yourself. So do not look yourself comparing yourself with the others. No. Look at yourself as a fearfully created human being who has a bright future. Because if you depend on God, you will have that bright future. And bright future is not about wealth. Bright future is success in all that you do. And whatever you do, God will bless the work of your hands. But if you don't do anything, what do you expect God to bless you with? You will be there struggling and crying, oh, so and so looks better than me. And you can even do better than that person. Only if you believe in yourself and not to take everything in social media negatively. But when you see something, evaluate it. When you see something, think about it critically. And look, what can I gain from there? And what can take me out of my direction? You leave it. Take what can help you, leave what cannot help.
You've heard it, my guys, from Reverend
Patience Mwikali,
Yes.
from Anglican Church of Kenya.
Yes, you will get her at Anglican Church. Young people, let's not die. Our moms are out here. Karibuni sana. Isaiah. Now, I have a very, very deep question that I would love to ask you. Do you think we are a sad generation hiding under beautiful pictures?
Yeah, sure.
Why would you say so?
Living standards, the cost of living, yeah, it's a challenge currently in the country. Yeah.
And is it a good thing for you for somebody to post about their life, like their black and white life, outside their personal life?
Maybe if someone is close to you, maybe we'll be open, but just for a stranger, it's a bit difficult.
Okay, tell me about a moment where you were so sad but had to write a very good quote, a very good picture, you had to post a very good picture yet you were sad. Has that ever happened to you?
A tricky one. Yeah. At work, you get sometimes maybe I'm facing some personal challenges, but cannot disclose to colleagues. Yeah, so we fake smiles.
You fake smiles, and that makes you end up posting pictures that you didn't intend. And how do you normally cope with stress? Do you go to social media, what do you do to make you happy?
Tricky. Isolation. Yeah, just isolating myself, thinking about life. Yep.
Do you think social media has lied to us that the only way we can let out steam is by lying, showing people that we are living lavishly, and then back at home we are really suffering? Pressure equals so much kwa social media mpaka you feel like you have to keep up. You have to keep up. Kama mwanamtu amebai kiatu hata fadhali uende una hire to really take photos. Do you see that?
It happens, yeah, with the current generation. Now that social media people are faking it. Yeah, everyone is forced to take that path.
To you, is social media a good thing or a bad thing?
50-50. Yeah.
What is your perspective? Do you lie so much 50? There's that. What does your gut tell you?
The good thing, I like it. Yeah.
One last question. Are you happy?
Personally. Yeah, happy.
Are you really happy?
Generally about the current economic times, not happy, but outside here, I have to appear like I'm happy.
Exactly, and that is what social media does to us. I really hope that life treats you very well, and thank you very much for your time and your perspective. Asante sana. Na kama kawa, this is Love is a Beautiful Thing. And kama kuna kitu learn from today's episode, tumelearn ya kwamba social media isikupatie pressure. If you want to buy yourself some flowers, buy yourself flowers. If you want to take yourself out, take yourself out. Usijipatie pressure. Don't look at what others are saying. Don't look at what others are doing. And if you want to put out a post, put it, as long as you don't hurt inside. Kama kawa, this is Love is a Beautiful Thing. YOLO. Peace out.